Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Inga Cotton. I'm the founder and executive director of San Antonio Charter Moms, and these are Charter Moms Chats. And we've been going live to share resources with families to help their kids keep learning and keep morale up during the pandemic, and just set ourselves up for success in the future as things start to look better out there in the world. And I'm so excited today. We have a special guest, Aicha Mosha. Did I say that right?
You said it right.
Okay, good, wonderful. Okay, so she is a charter mom, and she is a certified personal trainer, and she's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, sharing fitness tips, and just very inspiring. So I encourage you, click on the link in the description of the video, and it takes you to the guest blog post that she wrote for SA Charter Moms. It's part of our Charter a Voyage of Learning guide with lots of at-home learning activities. And in the post, you can follow her on social media. So I encourage you to do that and keep up the inspiration. But she's going to be talking about at-home fitness activities, because that's the theme of the Charter a Voyage of Learning, is talking to experts around town about ways we can keep busy and keep inspired and be healthy and be the best people we can in spite of the challenges in the world. So Aicha, thank you so much for the guest post and for joining us on Charter Moms Chats.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, Inga. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Aicha Mosha. I'm a fitness trainer and a fitness enthusiast, and I'm also a mom of two boys, Nicholas and Alex. They're 14 and 12. I also have a full-time job. I work at Charles Schwab. I specialize in learning and development. So I think my whole passion for helping others is, extends both in my work life and in my personal experience. So as Inga said, I'm really passionate about, health and fitness, promoting it to, young girls, young boys, older men, older women, and women and men of my age as well. So thanks again for having me here, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, thank you. So I wanted to ask you about, you describe yourself as a fitness enthusiast. And I think that's fantastic. I guess I would consider myself a walking enthusiast, and hopefully a fitness enthusiast.
Yes.
So what do you love most about fitness?
You know what? Honestly, I work out 6 days a week, which may be a little extreme because you don't need to. But for me, it's almost like getting up and brushing your teeth. Working out is something that is just a part of me now. It gives me energy. It gives me confidence. I feel great after the fact that I've worked out. I know it's good for me, because I'm prolonging my life day by day, bit by bit. I think sometimes we don't realize, and we set goals of, I'm going to work out so I can get slim for my wedding. Or I'm going to work out so I can, look good at my reunion. But I'm trying to teach people that working out and exercising should be a lifestyle, something that you do for yourself to prolong your life, to have a healthy heart. So for me, fitness is all about not just the benefits for me, but how I can also influence my family, my kids, and all the followers that I continue to develop and grow on social media. Because I think it's just a way of, for me, actually, it's a little personal. My mom passed away really early. She was 45 years old only. And she didn't work out, she didn't eat well, and she just didn't know. And I think a lot of people out there, men, women, and young girls, they just don't know what the benefits are and why I should work out. So for me, I want to send that message, do it because it's great for your heart, it's great for your body, your clothes will fit better. But at the end of the day, it's how it makes you feel. You sleep better, and especially now with COVID, when we're all home, we're tied into the house, it really helps you relieve stress. So I encourage it, and I'll continue to promote it for those reasons.
Yeah, I can definitely feel the stress relief angle, that like
Yes,
going on walks, whether it's in the neighborhood or the parks that my family and I go to,
yep,
it's been a lifesaver. And
yep,
if we can go outside, we feel safe. But the
yep,
great thing about the activities you're presenting is that it's stuff you can do at home,
yes,
and it's
yes,
stuff that families can do together. Because I think that's really
yes,
important. Making something stick is
yeah. It is.
yeah.
It is. And for me, a lot of times, a lot of the exercise that I do, again, I work out from home. I don't go to the gym. I'm just so used to it, right? But other people, maybe you do need the motivation. So even now, since we can't go to the gym with COVID, you can inspire yourselves as a family, and do activities together. So I used to with my sons, every morning we'd wake up. We did it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 o'clock for 30 minutes. I did a cardio workout with them. They loved it and hated it, but they felt great after. Initially it was they'd be doing jumping jacks or lazy, but once you get into it and you're feeling good, they saw the benefits of it. So, it's great when, you could do it together as a family, and as a mom or as a dad, you can influence your kids at an early stage the importance of activity and staying active. And like you said, Inga, it could be a ride on a bike outside, a walk. It doesn't have to be, these hit exercises that I do. It could be anything that you really enjoy and you're passionate about, then you'll do it, and it'll be like brushing your teeth because you'll have fun. It won't be a chore like, oh, I've got to work out. Yeah.
Right, right, and it's something that it just becomes part of your life,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I really like how you for the guest post, you, like the way you frame the activity as like spelling your name or
Yes.
spelling a word
Yeah.
or and like how like because I just love things where it's like it's the physical activity, but it's
Yeah.
also building the language skills. So I was
Right.
wondering, can you talk more about like the spell
Yeah.
your name activity and kind of how
Yeah.
like how it works? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think with the spelling your name activity, it works really well with the young kids, right, of all classes. So let's say when I start with our preschoolers or our toddlers, at the age of whatever, 4 to 6, right? So you tell them, okay, we're going to do an activity, we're going to have fun, it's going to be, and it's not working out for them, right? It's just having fun, like at the playground. So everyone's going to spell their name, or you can spell your friend's name. And whatever name you spelled, we do the activity. So for instance, if I'm looking here, if I were to spell Aicha, the first letter is A, is 10 jumping jacks. So I'd say, all right, A is the first letter, and everybody would do 10 jumping jacks and everyone's excited. And then, my next letter would be 10, all right, 10 side lunges. And then I'll show them how to do that. So I think it's great. And it's a good way to introduce everyone in the class. Sometimes I do it when I have first class sessions with a couple of people and let's know your name and let's do it. And then, of course, everyone who has the longer name, they're like, oh, we've got to do all this stuff. Yes. But it's fun, it's a good way to introduce one another. And to your point, when you switch it up, because sometimes you're like, all right, let's not do names. Let's do, if it's a class, you're learning Spanish, spell something in Spanish, say whether it's gracias. All right, what's gracias? G is 5 squats and you go through it. So it's really fun. And it makes you actually forget the activity that you don't even feel tired. Like, oh my God, I have 10 jumping jacks to do. It's more like we're spelling, we're having fun, we're learning words. And I think it resonates whether or not you're a child or an adult like us. Because then, and even sometimes I'd be like, all right, it's cheat day. Let's spell. What's the one cheat meal that you want to eat? And I personally love goldfish, which is a long name, right? So goldfish, we'd be like doing 8 things over here. But again, it makes it fun and engaging and good for everyone because you can customize it how you want to, Inga. You can say, let's do designers, and you do Chanel. And the man can say, let's do beer, and you do Budweiser. So you can customize it however you want to, and it's fun for everyone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think I love how like in the blog post you include the graphics, so everyone should
Yes.
definitely like click on that, and it's got
Right.
yeah, for every letter of the alphabet like a different exercise, but they're not that intense, right? But it's just
No,
it just gets
no.
moving and it changes it
Exactly.
up.
Exactly. It keeps moving, you change it up. And if you have, let's say, 6 in a class and you go one after the other, it's awesome because it changes it up. And sometimes it doesn't. You'll be doing jumping jacks forever if everyone's name starts with A, right? Yeah. But it's a fun way. And then it's almost like you don't know what you're going to get. But and all these activities, like you said, there you could do it at home. You don't need that much space, when you pass it around to one another, and it's just a great fun way to stay active, mindful activity. And sometimes, honestly, like here, I work from here all day. I work virtually as well. I sometimes get up and I stretch. I'll even do a plank. In the blog, I had the plank, right? So sometimes, literally, I'll tell myself every time I get up to go to the bathroom, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a plank for 30 seconds. So if you do that throughout the day, you're fine for like 8 minutes, which is great.
That's awesome. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and that's in the main graphic for the post you demonstrate like the proper
Yes,
way to do a
proper
plank, so
way.
that's really helpful. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And with that, I always like, little things to do. Like I have my bottle of water. I drink a lot of water because that again, excellent. There you
Yeah.
go. And my kids, and probably a lot of kids out there too, drink water, guys. My boys don't drink enough, so I'm always reminding them, they want to have lunch with orange juice or Gatorade. I'm like, no, you don't need that. Drink your water. So a great way to replenish and, restore your body with water. Yeah,
Yeah, keeping your energy up while doing yeah,
exactly.
distance learning or like you and me, doing our jobs, working from
Right,
home. Yeah, yeah.
right.
I
Yeah,
like how that was one of your suggestions was I guess like so like for young children maybe keep the words a little shorter, but like
yes,
for bigger kids like adding or like the plank challenge is
right.
to do the
Exactly,
plank between each word or each
exactly.
name.
Exactly. And even for bigger kids, you know what? I had the different circuit, right? So let's say A is 5 burpees. No, not 5 burpees. Do burpees for 30 seconds, which is about 12 to 15 burpees, right? So, adding a timer to it, like most of the workouts I do, even when I instruct my clients, I'll do it for either 30 seconds. So I have a client now who's a little bit older. So I do her sessions and each move is 30 seconds. But I have another one who's a little bit younger, kind of my age, if not maybe younger. I have 45-second intervals, right? So you could do the same exercise, whereas for little girls, let's say, okay, or little boys, 5 burpees, guys, and that's it. But as we get older, like the middle school and high school, no, we're doing this for 30, 40 seconds. It makes a difference.
Right,
Yeah,
because that's how, I mean, just by the time they get to be teenagers, they have heavier bones, they have stronger
exactly.
muscles, they have more
Exactly.
stamina.
More stamina, more endurance, and they need it. If you're out there, whatever sport you're playing, right? Soccer, basketball, baseball, swimming, you need that endurance. So the combination of the HIIT exercises with the cardio and the strength training is really, really good. And I get from a lot of women, a lot of fellow women my age, as well as we get older, right? Osteoporosis, we lose our bones, so it's really important to strength train. And I think a lot of women think that, oh, I'm going to get bulky and big and muscular. No, not at all. It's actually going to help you get toned and lean, and develop stronger bones as we get older. So adding that strength training is really, really important, as part of an exercise routine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um, so, can you tell me more about, you've mentioned a couple of times about, I guess, like this experience of like, being at home for school and for work and like
Yeah.
the impact it has on stress. And so I was wondering if you could talk more about like the benefits of exercise and like, ways to, you mentioned like, if you need a stretch break, it's like, okay, let's do a plank,
Yes.
I think that's a
Exactly.
great idea.
Exactly.
But yeah, but like, I mean, like the activity is great and it's so simple, but
Yeah.
like, how does it help us when we're working or doing school from home?
Absolutely. So you know what? When we're working and like I sit in my chair all day, and it's the posture is not great because we hunch, we don't sit properly, right? So when you think about it long term, we're honestly slowly killing ourselves, right? So if we sit for a certain amount of time without getting up or stretching or going up and down the steps, it's just really detrimental, right? And benefits of being able to move around include flexibility, longevity of your bones, better digestion. All of these are factors that really benefit from you moving around and doing exercise. So, one tip I have and one tip I do, like I said initially, when every time I come back, I go to the bathroom and I kind of set a goal and it's different. So, today it was squats. I said when I come back from the bathroom, I'm gonna do 5 squats before I sit down. And I'll do my basic squat and I'll sit down, and that adds up. And the benefits are you're moving your body, you're stretching your bones, you're elongating your muscles. It may seem really simple, but these are things that really add on and benefit you in the long run. So, and some of the immediate factors are, when your body is more relaxed and stretched out, you'll sleep better. Your eating will honestly be better, believe it or not, because you kind of have that mindset of, I'm taking care of my body from the outside. I've got to take care of my body from the inside as well. So sometimes exercising also tells you, I worked really hard for these 30 minutes. I'm not going to eat this ice cream right now. So you control what you do or have things in moderation. So those are just some of the benefits that include that. And I think being able to also influence others. So if you, as a mom at home, are telling your kids, all right, I know today's virtual class day, like every other day, here's what I want you to do every time you get up and go to the bathroom. Come back and do 10 jumping jacks. Come back and do 5 squats, and we'll do them together. It helps, it really, really helps, and it reduces stress, it makes it a little bit fun, and then you have an activity that you're doing with the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can think like I found for myself like if I'm like today I was doing some writing and I love writing,
Yeah.
but like sometimes like just it all gets jumbled up in my head and I just have to like step back and take a break and like do
Yeah.
something physical, like even
Right.
if it's just putting away dishes, but like or like
Right.
I step outside and just kind of look at the sky for a little bit, like
Exactly.
and then
Exactly.
like I'll like we had a post last fall with some like yoga stretches and
Uh-huh.
stuff like that
Yeah.
that helped like and then it feels like when I come back to my
Right.
computer, my
Yeah.
body feels different and my brain is
You're
refreshed. I'm able to
recharged.
think better. So it's like
Exactly.
it's not a waste of time. Like the time I
No.
spent, doing something
Absolutely.
physical. Yeah.
Absolutely. And hey, you know what? We all have different goals, right? Some people, exercise because initially maybe, oh, I just want to lose weight. You feel that you're overweight and you want to drop the pounds, which is great. Some people want to exercise for endurance. I want to get my heart rate up and I want to increase my cardio so I can be better on the soccer field. And some people, want to focus on strength training, whether I'm sure we have football players out there who are in middle school or high school and they want to tone up and be stronger. So we all have different goals, and each of those will give you different goals based on when you work out and how you work out. But at the end of the day, we're all doing our bodies good by investing in our health. And hopefully you're influencing others. For me, I think I love exercising, I really do, but I love being able to influence others as well. So when I go through my comments on Instagram and someone says, "Oh, I did your circuit and I loved it," and you're inspirational, blah blah blah. I feel like mission accomplished. Even if it's just one person who said that, right? Of being able to rub off somebody else and influence them to be healthier and be active, and that's kind of my mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're working from home and this is your workspace. Are there any of like the moves from the
Yes.
chart that you can show us, demonstrate?
What can I show? Let me I'll stand up and go back. Yeah, you can still see me. So one thing I will do, actually, a really good stretch is if you just lift your knee. Let me see if you can see me. Lift your knee and just press it into your chest, and it's a really good stretch for your glutes and your quads and your hamstrings on both sides. Lift up and push it in like I did legs this morning, so I kind of feel it. And a really good stretch just for your obliques, for your sides. Just nice reaching out, on both sides. Nice reaching out on both sides. And a great stretch for your back, especially as we're sitting down a lot, right? You clasp your fingers and push out, almost like you're pushing your chest towards the back of the wall. And I totally feel that even doing it now. Yeah,
That really
absolutely.
helps. Yeah.
Yes. And nice little stretch for your shoulders, you look to the other side, on both sides, stretch on the other side, on both sides. And even those, just that is awesome. And sometimes if my theme is jump rope, because today my theme was squats, I'll just literally just do my ghost jump rope over here and I'll count to 60. And let me tell you, that gets you tired. If you count to like 60 seconds per minute of just jump rope, it's awesome. So if you do that every time, you get up and go get water, get up and go to the bathroom, go up and down the steps and do jump rope every time you come back, it's amazing. And even like I know the kids, you guys are in school, right? You probably have your AirPods, even when you're in your room during virtual class, if your teacher's not showing something, you can walk around or you can do shuffles, while you're standing. All of that is a great way to keep the blood flowing and keep your body engaged and moving. And when you go back to sitting down again, you honestly do feel a little bit better. I think thanks for that. I actually feel better during that back stretch. you know? Absolutely. It's great. Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one other thing, believe it or not, when you work out, you sweat a lot, right? So that is actually really good for your skin. I don't know about you, but everyone loves nice glowing skin, right? I know the young kids all have it, but as we get older, we got to work on it. So that's something that's also really good to perspire. Your body's releasing all these toxins and water, and it's also good for your skin, provided you replace it with drinking a lot of water. Yep. So cheers to that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abs-
I think those are great suggestions for how to counteract the effect that all this time with technology
yes.
can have on us. Because like we still
Yeah.
have to remember, like we're still these living creatures, and we have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
We weren't built to do all this technology all the time. We have to take
Absolutely.
care of
Absolutely. You do. And you know what? It's like I always say it's a combination of the workout and the healthy eating as well. That's so important. A lot of people say it's 80% nutrition and 20% exercise, right? And as long as in our families we try our best to influence our kids, that you are what you eat, really. At home personally, I try and cook a lot of veggies, a lot of proteins, and on my Instagram, I try and influence people. These are the type of foods that you should eat. And sometimes I know, it's expensive to eat healthy, right? You and I know, Inka. But I kind of say, look, you know what? At the end of the day, you don't want to put a price tag on your health. Um, just get your
well, and
veggies.
medicine is expensive. So
Exactly.
if food is
Exactly.
medicine, it's
Yep.
preventative. So
There you go. Absolutely.
yeah,
Food is medicine. So you'd rather eat food and use that medicine versus having to eat bad food and require other types of medicine in the long run, which will not be good, Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
combination of that, and everything in moderation, Yeah, absolutely. But eating, it's a combination, it's a balance. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
the healthy eating, like exercise, it's something. If, it's best if you do it as a family, right? If
Yes,
like
exactly.
whatever vegetable I cook for myself,
Yeah.
I try to
Yeah.
at least get the kids to take a bite. Like they're,
Ex-
uh, so far they're not sold on asparagus, but
yeah.
my daughter likes broccoli now. So
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I know my boys love broccoli. They're not too sold on Brussels sprouts, which I love. I love Brussels sprouts. Yeah. But broccoli, cabbage, they love. So all those foods, they're absolutely great for you. The veggies and the fruits and yeah. And every now and then, yes, they'll eat their pizza and whatnot, but I try not make that a habit. Yeah. That's usually after like a busy day of soccer and I didn't have time to cook and fine, you burnt a lot of calories anyway. Yes.
right, but that way it's a treat. It's not, like
Exactly.
those foods are a treat, not an everyday thing, right?
Exactly, exactly. But honestly, incorporating and I love these spell your name workouts. And honestly, I have in my kids' room, I kind of have a billboard where they have them out. And at night, and this is a tip that I'll give all you guys. Before they go to bed. And actually, I used to do this with them more, but I have to remind them now. They'll do a plank. And my older one can hold it for even longer than I can. He's 14. Yeah. And my little one, he's 12. He's getting there, but we do it for like a minute. Do your plank, brush your teeth, go to bed. So just a little habit that you could do sometimes and set your mindset. If you do it like one week with the kids, trust me, they'll remind you, Mom, we didn't do our planks. You're like, oh, okay, let's do our planks. Yeah. And before you know it, you're planking away right before you go to bed.
It is amazing, like the power of habits, like
Yes.
because it takes that the
Yeah.
energy of that choice away. Like,
Exactly.
it's just
Exactly.
like the default is a good choice,
Right.
then you've got
Yeah.
that working for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. They say it takes 21 days to build a habit. So and it could be a plank, it could be 10 jumping jacks, whatever you want to do. But just do something every night before you go to bed and you'll be surprised. It'll be something when you don't do it, you're like, oh my God, I gotta get out of bed. I need to do my plank. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what you want to be. You want to be that obsessive, right? Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Um,
That's really fun. Well, okay, I want to be sure, but before we close out, I'm gonna like remind people like how to find you on social media. But
okay.
like, do you have any thoughts or encouragement, or, like how to get started?
You know what? I have, so on social media, on my Instagram, it's my handle at Aicha Mosha. But on YouTube, I've got some great fitness programs and I've got them by level. I have a program for beginners. One is called Fit Jumpstart. It's got 3 great workout videos that you could do nice and slow paced as you just jumpstart your fitness program. And then I have another program that's a little bit more intermediate/advanced, for those of you who are out there already doing your thing and just want to do something different and new. It's called Fitter in 30, and it's a 5-week, 5-day program. You do it for a month. And then I have another program that's called Fit Nation, and that's a combination of cardio and weights, and it's great. But I've got my YouTube channel. Anyone looking to start with a Fit Jumpstart program. On Instagram, I post circuits every single day. I've got great tips for eating, so follow me there to get some new ideas and some new tips. And leave me comments. I usually kind of have sometimes questions or quizzes. What do you want to see more of? Should I post ab exercises, leg workouts, arm workouts? And so I do a variety of stuff. So I would recommend, start slow, do something fun. And I tell people, if you don't like, my specific workouts that are HIIT workouts, do something that you enjoy. Ride a bike, go out for walks, but just make it consistent. It doesn't have to be intense. As long as it's consistent, at least a minimum of 3 days a week, 5 days a week would be great. And make it a lifestyle, that would be awesome. You're on your way to just a great, great healthy habits. And your kids are watching. Remember, someone's always watching, right? It's our young ones and our young kids. And if we can influence them, early on, then that's great.
Yeah, I hope I can build a habit in them so that when they're an adult, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a healthy person. Like, and
Exactly.
it's not something that they have to question or decide.
Right.
And maybe they can influence their roommates or their friends. Be like, hey,
Exactly.
I'm going hiking. You want to come
Right.
with? Or,
Right. Right. Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
bedtime. It's time for planks.
Right.
Don't you? Didn't you grow up doing planks?
Exactly. There you go. This is what I know. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good habits die hard, or old habits die hard, but habits are habits. And once you have it, it's there and you influence others and pass it along.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and it can keep us healthy and help us
Yes.
de-stress during, what's a pretty
Absolutely.
challenging time, but I hope
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
hope
And,
better
and
days are coming soon.
absolutely, absolutely. And because, we've been indoor and propped up, a lot of people, put on weight just naturally, right? So I'm sure everyone has a couple of pounds to lose here and there, which again is a benefit from working out. But the primary is really being healthy, keeping your heart active and healthy, and prolonging your life. Yeah. That's about it, Yeah.
Well, Aisha, I'm so inspired by like what's on your feeds and like like
Oh,
the training and the
yeah.
food and stuff. And I'm so glad that you've made it your mission to inspire people to be healthier. And so
Um,
thank you so much for the guest post and thank you for joining me on Charter Moms Chats and
absolutely.
demonstrating some of these moves. And I hope this inspires some of our SA Charter Moms followers to get started on this too.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for having me. It truly was a pleasure. And if any of the moms or anyone watching this, you need something, you need a personal trainer, you need a personal diet guidance, just email me on any of my handles. Leave me a comment, send me a direct message on my Instagram, and I will be sure to get back to you. Glad to be a part of this and wishing you all the best.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
Uh,
so much. Have a great day.
Thanks so much, Inga. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Okay.